Konnichiwa, Kawaii Critic here to share my thoughts on Star versus the Forces of Evil on the request of Sparkles Dash. So, in Star versus the Forces of Evil, which premiered last year, features Marcus and, of course, Star, who pretty much face all these monsters from another realm, and Star herself is a character that wields magical powers and has this wand that is able to blast open portals and make other things appear, and so on and so forth. The show, to me, carried a very humorous tone with also some serious tones here and there, focusing more on the uh, funny aspects of what magic could do versus the serious tones, which I feel come in the second half of the season. And of course, their villain, I think his name was Lufo or something of that nature. It's been a while since I've seen the show, so I think that's his name, or Lufus, or Lufo, one of those, I can't remember, is always sort of this joke villain and is always trying to get the cane, and it kind of reminds me of Bob the Barbarian, the evil little piggy character who's always trying to just mess with the barbarian characters in that show. So it did have that feel to it, and then they introduced what appears to be their main villain, which is this lizard-like character, and unfortunately I don't remember the character's name at this point, but he definitely had more of an impact. He definitely carried a much more serious tone to him, and thus making the show have a bit more of a serious tone with it, especially for the season finale, which to me is probably the strongest episode. So yes, the season finale is with Marcus being trapped and the lizard guy saying that he wants to have Star destroy her wand, and she does, and the lizard guy lets Marcus go, and in doing so the wand is sort of broken, or is now changed as later on it becomes repaired. And we also get to see Star using a huge thing of magic just to get to Marcus in order to save him. So there's definitely some interesting elements in this episode. Um, and that was, I believe, the season finale. And after looking it up, it appears that a season 2 uh, is in the works, although I did not see a release date. They say all I saw was summer 2016, somewhere around that time, so probably actually relatively soon, if anything. But there is still no release date, so I'm a bit worried, but I'm also so looking forward to the return of Star versus the Forces of Evil, as I feel like once they return, they should be able to now focus a bit more on the tension side of things while also still holding on to some of the comedic elements that make the show pretty interesting. To me, this is probably one of the better Disney shows that have come out recently. Uh, just like Gravity Falls. I mean, I do like Gravity Falls a lot more as an overall show, and how that's been pretty consistent and so on and so forth. This show, I would put it a little bit below that, but still probably one of my favorite, what I would call original Disney shows. And what I mean by that is not a Marvel Disney show, which there seems to be a lot of those now. I'm not so sure it was that prevalent in 2015. I wasn't really paying attention to the Marvel Disney shows in 2015 too much, but they have been catching my attention recently, as well as some of the shows that are on Disney as well. Um, I mean, comparing this to mostly every other show on Disney. It's definitely one of the better shows. Um, so it is. It does seem a bit unfortunate that there it has been sort of on its own hiatus, and there hasn't really been a confirmation of when it will return. But I'm actually looking forward to it. Um, Maybe we can get more with this lizard character, figure out what his deal is. Um, I don't know what's gonna happen to Lufo. I'm just gonna keep calling him that because I honestly don't remember his name. Um, and his henchman seems to be an important character, and he seems to be transitioning into something else. So I don't know what the rest of I guess the rest of the monsters are just gonna follow the lizard character as he continues to do what he's gonna do. Um, and we can get more of the silly martial arts stuff. You can balance it between silly and actiony as well, uh, while doing other elements. Other highlighted episodes. The one where Star first transforms, I guess, or goes through her first transformation. She turns into this like butterfly esque type creature. When she like gets her first crush, I believe it's her first crush, and she sort of just starts capturing all the guys, and then Marcus has to be the one to stop her. Uh, Again, that highlighting both sort of a bit of comedy and a bit of tension as well, as Star's sort of losing control of herself, even though it's a bit in a bit of a comical manner, being she's going after boys because she thinks one is cute, and then sort of goes on from there. Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to the return of this show. I hope it keeps going. It definitely seems like there's a lot more for this show to offer. And I hope that it's going to be one of those shows that ends where it needs to end, just like Gravity Falls did. I hope it doesn't prolong its stay like SpongeBob has now done that for a long time. Prolonged its stay and needs to end, like, seriously. But as far as Disney shows are concerned, it's definitely one of my more favorite Disney shows, more recent ones anyway. So those are my thoughts on Star versus the Forces of Evil, and yeah. So this has been Kawaii Critic, telling you guys to keep it kawaii.